Monday Night Raw hailed from Saudi Arabia, Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Well, do we have to dust the sand off this rating, the dust off it, or was it a good rating? Is it a rating that WWE can be proud of, guys? Welcome back to Fog Wrestling. There's a lot of fallout. The election, we've got the Wednesday Night War. There's going to be a lot of videos coming thick and fast over the coming days. But yeah, let's dive into it. On Monday Night Raw did a whopping 1.465 so 1.5 or 1.465 million. Again, the numbers are still poor. I mean, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say this is good. I mean, it's not. This is just where wrestling is in 2024, folks. So if anyone wants to agree about it or write about it, you know where to write about it. In that comment section down below, and we'll get to it now. It's actually up 5% for last week. It's up 64,000 viewers. But it's actually down 3% from the last four trailing weeks. So, again, not exactly brilliant. Now, the competition they were up against, obviously, was they were against the Chiefs against the Buccaneers. That actually averaged 8.792 million viewers. And then there was a few other games, 10.8 million. So, I mean, combining that game, which was across two channels, which is weird. Is that a thing on? I mean, normally here in the UK, or if a sporting event's on, it's only going to be really on the one channel, unless it's like Free Few, World Cup or something along those lines. So that's interesting. And 18 to 49 is up 14%, so that's much better for them. But again, it's just another. I mean, Raw's ratings held to about September. Raw's ratings were fine for. I mean, they did a couple of poor ratings in January and February, right? But they were over 1.5 million easy up until the start of September, and then the ratings have nosedived. Could that just be down to Gunther? I think it is down to Gunther. Well, what else has happened on Monday Night Raw since the start of September? The coincide where an absolute mountainous decrease. I mean, we're not. This is a massive pattern here. I mean, an absolute massive pattern. Absolutely crazy, man. Another really poor Raw, but I mean, it's up from last week. So if you want your green arrows out, tonight's the night. Damn it! But against another really shocking Raw rating in terms of the Raw. I mean, we've already read the spoilers. I mean, we did read a spoiler edition of Raw not too long ago, and we labelled it like, oh, the worst spoiler edition of Raw of all time, or like the worst Raw of all time, even. So I think this one, it didn't look as bad as. I mean, you had a number one contendership match, which feels like it's a lot more than what we used to have. Sometimes on these Raws. Obviously, Jacob Fatu, though, he's been a bad boy. Jacob Fatu. So what we're going to do is we're going to head over. We've looked at the 18 to 49. We've looked at the overall rating. So let's look at the clips for Monday Night Raw and see which ones are doing and which ones simply are not. So the highest rated clip for Raw is the Fatal 4-Way number one contenders match. Again, no real surprise. Number one contendership on the line. It's actually got 1 million views. Jey Uso saying that Sami Zayn is our family. It's got 929,000 viewers. R-Truth telling Damian Priest, sorry I kicked you at the Judgment Day. It's got 823,000 viewers. Bianca Belair slaps Liv Morgan. It's got 765,000 viewers. And then after this, man, you've just got a bunch of clips under 400,000, between 300 and 400,000. I can't be arsed going into the exact numbers because it's just boring, but you've got Io Sky wins the World Women's Champ title, 336. Sami Zayn speaks to his people in Arabic. Speaks to his people? They're not his fucking people, man. He's not from Saudi Arabia, so therefore it is not his people. You know what I mean? What a load of fucking shite. That'd be like me claiming like white Americans are my people because they're white. It doesn't work. Like what are we doing here with Sami Zayn? You know what I mean? The Miz being held hostage has got 393,000 views. Brilliant. Then the clips that are just under 200,000. War Raiders beat the New Day. Ivy Niles' attack on Selena Vega leads to Dragon Lee's victory over Chad Gable. So you can just see that these are like tragically going out. The Judgment Day get into a confrontation with the War Raiders. Pretty poor. Karrion Kross and Braun Breaker issue threats to Adam Pearce 418. And then Jimmy Uso insisting that Sami Zayn stays away from SmackDown on Friday. It's got 492, so almost 500k. Anyway, that's where we're going to leave it. Not really an awful lot to write home about, folks. It is just a bit. It's a little bit sad. It's a little bit sad. There's not really too much for me to say here. That is your Raw rating. I'm actually just sick of talking about depressing ratings. WWE and AEW. How about? Well, I mean, I was going to say how about you do record lows, but I feel like they're doing record lows. Just sort the key about. Make wrestling great again. Really need to take a leaf out of Trump's book.